Welcome to the Scrapbox. I'm Andrew, and I spent weeks making this giant project, and then something happened. I watched Fiona and Cake. And now we're going to make a tribute to GOLB instead. So in Adventure Time, GOLB is the icon of chaos. He was there before the world existed, he was there before time existed, he was there before monsters existed. In fact, the Lich, the big bad guy for most of the seasons, is one of the last scholars of GOLB. Now, he does look like a giant baby, and that's because, have you met a baby before? They are also the icons of chaos. However, if you've seen Adventure Time through to the end, spoilers if you haven't, but GOLB gets a facelift. He merges with Betty and he becomes GOLB Betty. And GOLB Betty is who we're going to try to make today. Alright, I've got my blank canvas and we're going to start off with an 8x8 for the best base of the head. I don't actually have an 8x8 little plate, so we've got two 4x8s just like that. And we're going to start off with the most iconic part, the mouth. So I'm actually just going to focus on the front portion for now. And to build up the lip just a little bit, we are going to have a 1x8 piece. It's going to go right there. And I've got these 1x3 slopes with little 1x1 plates on top to kind of build the lower curve of the mouth. And in the middle, we're just going to tile that off nicely with a 1x2 tile. Now I can start building up the gums on the inside, and so I've got right here a 1x6 purple, pink, magenta tile, and then I've got these 1x2 little slope pieces that are gonna help, you know, build up the bottom a little bit. Perfect. Now the complicated part. These are the teeth, and as you can see, I have pre-made these because they were kind of really hard to figure out, but I'm going to try to show you how I built them by taking the bottom piece and building it upwards for you. So we've got a 1x6 tile, or sorry, a 1x6 plate with a 1x4 tile in the middle and two 1x1 plates, and that's just going to stack. And the reason we needed this is because we've got two studs here, but we couldn't have studs in the middle because of these plates. Now, what goes on the side? These really nice, I don't even know what to call them. They're 1x1x5 plate high, basically two studs on the side. It's like your average snot brick, but there's two of them. And peeling all this apart. Oh boy, I hope I remember how to put that back together. There. Excellent. And those are for the side teeth, mostly. In fact, we could put the whole bottom layer of teeth in now, just like this. Wonderful. Look at those pearly whites. Now the top layer was the most complicated part because of these little fangs right here. So what I did is I just had a 2x2 plate with 1x2 plates on top and two little front teeth, so they hang over a little bit. You get some 3D, you know, maybe too much of an underbite, but GOLB will be fine. They're an icon of chaos. And then, actually we'll do the sides first. Sides are easy. We've got the little quarter curve tiles with two. This one has to be pink. This one isn't seen, so you don't have to make that one pink as well. You can make that one whatever color you want. But it goes there, and this one goes there. And as you can see, we have built out everything except for those little fangs because they were so annoying. Let me show you what I did. I have these little bracket pieces that offset everything by half a stud, and these are going on the back, just like that. And then of course this has to now be offset, so I have a 1x2 tile, and that little hole is going to sit on that little middle peg, just like that. And with the half a plate offset again, we are now perfectly symmetrical with everything else. And we're just going to do that on the other side. And now that we have, oh, no, wait, I'm speaking too soon. Fit together. It all really wants to come apart until you put those top pieces on. So let me get those big top gums. You know, Tom Cruise's favorite movie he starred in, Top Gums. That was bad. Don't even laugh at that. There we go. Beautiful teeth. Now you're wondering, why did these ones have to be curved instead of just being these little guys? Well, that's because we have a big curve for the top of the mouth. Let me get that. And here it is, a 1/8 curve. And I get a beautiful grimacing face. In order to secure the front to the back, I've got this 2x4 tile and 1x4 plate, and we're just gonna put it on just perfectly. Now it's all together. Now I gotta build the rest of the head up, which you know is just straight lines all the way around. So I'm gonna do that quickly. There we go, and I'm gonna secure it in place with these little, gosh, I never know what to call these, because they're not 2x2 bricks. They're, you tell me in the comments, what are those called? I got two of them. One right there and one right there. And a pretty good start for the head. Now for the bottom pair of eyes, I just have these blue tiles with a stud in the middle and then a blue 1x1 rounded tile on it. And I've got two of those. And I've got two little snot bricks. They're gonna go right there and right there. And these bad boys. Sorry, what if those were just the eyes? That's it. Anyways, that's going there. And this one is going right there. There we go, the eyes weren't perfectly positioned. Anyways, in the show, there is a small gray line between them. I think it's because it stands for like Simon's glasses. And so I've got a little gray line that goes between them just like that. Now I can build the rest of the head. Say cheese. Cheese. Now the top eyes are a very interesting shape, and so you're just gonna have to trust me for this, but I'm going to take a snot brick with a little 1x1 blue square tile, and I'm gonna mirror that with another one right over there. And in the center, I'm going to put a 1x2 brick just like that. And for the rest of the middle, we've just got another 1x4 brick and two 1x4 tiles. So that's basically that until the top of the head. The real stuff comes on the sides. I'm just gonna take this 1x2 brick, put it right there, get Pepper's hair out of the way, and then here is the secret. These snot bricks with a 2x2 on the side, that's what's gonna get the rest of the eye for us. So I'm gonna put that right there. And then what I've got is I've got these curved tiles, 1, 2, and another 1x1 square tile, 3. And if you notice, if you look, there's a little anti-stud in the middle, and this is going to fit perfectly inside, making the eyeball. And I've already got my other one right here, thus completing the small eyes and the bigger Betty eyes. Now that I've got the back of the head, I can make the top. I know what you're thinking. Andrew, this is so easy, it's just a pyramid on the top. Just use those little corner slopes and regular slopes and you'll be fine. Which is what I thought, except for one small thing. GOLB Betty has two this is still too close. 2 yellow strands at the top, like ribbons almost, that go just on the top in an X pattern. And that threw a wrench into everything. Because I could totally just have, you know, a nice pyramid, except I had to design this for the top. This is the best I can do, so don't judge me too harshly. But what I did was, instead of a perfect slope, I added an extra plate in there, and this, let me see if I can pop this off. One is actually just one of those little hinge pieces that go vertically, and then these wonderful little ribbons made out of those super handy curved 1x2 plates. But now that I've got that, our Gold Betty head is complete. I'm gonna give her a neck too. Now I want Gold Betty's head to be like rising out of the darkness, but if you've seen Adventure Time or Fiona and Cake, you know that she has a big spiked cape with big beefy shoulders, and so let's make that cape. The front of the cape will be super easy. It's just a 2x4 curved piece with a 1x2 plate and a 2x2 plate. We'll get one for that side and one for that side, just like that. The shoulders are going to be a bit harder though. Now the shoulders have to be at least as wide as the head, so I do have a 2x8 brick, and we're going to build this whole thing sideways. What I've done is I've attached a 1x8 plate on top of it, and for this top side, I'm going to take that 1x6 brick, and it's going to go right up there, just like that. So now if the head's right here, this will be a bit of a shoulder, and we're going to build it out this way. I've got what was meant to be a 2x6 plate, but it's actually a 2x4 and a 2x2. And now I'm going to put more bricks here on this bottom level. Let's put that one there. Can you see the shoulder shape coming out? And I'm going to build it out a little further, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put two anti-studs on the bottom so this can clip onto studs on the floor. The way I've done that is a 1x4 brick and these little Technic bricks right here with a 2x2 plate. That's going right there. And I've got 1x1 bricks to fill that in. Excellent. But now the top's a little shabby, so it's hard to put this piece together. Two 1x4s and a 1x2 brick. Now that's a good shoulder shape. However, it is rough, and her cape is rough, but her cape is also spiky, so I got a bunch of these. And we're just going to put them on as we please. Maybe one there, one right there. Let's put a big one right there. Got a little one. Get that little one. There you go. That looks nice. And can't forget. Nope, I think. Yeah, I think that's good. There we got a shoulder. And surprise, surprise, so you don't have to watch it, I've already made another one. So now when we set up this whole apparently diorama, we're gonna have the head, which doesn't even fit on screen, it's so tall. We're gonna have the fronts, and like that. Like that for some shoulder pads. Maybe this is offset by half a stud. Nice. Look at that. Now, if you look at the havoc that is my city, you're going to see all of these little pockets that are empty, especially the ones on the sides. And there's nothing to really put in them, so I'm going to set up my diorama in one of those. They are all gonna go under here because I have so many little underground spaces. This one's actually gonna be used for stuff, but like this one just has a little Silent Hill diorama that I'm going to box off, and this one will have a Fiona and Cake diorama that we are making right now. So I've got the head and the little fronts of the cape will go like right there and right there. Don't worry, I'll put them in permanently in a bit. Then we got the big shoulders. I'll go like right about there. And right about there. And of course, because we need something for the forefront, I have built the little shape that Simon stands on. There we go. Unfortunately, the lighting is terrible because this is under the railroad tracks. But what I'll do while I build it is I'll try to remove this base plate so we get a little more light. I mean, we still have to deal with the shadow of the tracks, but I think that does look a lot better for now. And for the rest of the diorama, I do believe I'm going to try to make a just, black wall that goes all the way around, have some little green shapes floating in there, and lift this one up a little bit. It's going to be a pain. I am already running out of black bricks. But I'm going to keep going. Alright, Gold Betty is firmly planted in there, and you can see I'm working on the tiling. I've got those fancy little modified tiles with the studs in the middle, just so we could set each of these off by half a stud. Let me get those in there and I'll show you what it looks like. Not bad for rising out of the darkness. Let me get the shoulder pads on there. Oh, that's not looking too bad. I like it. So everything has been tiled off except for this 4x4 section in the middle, because the platform that Simon's going to be standing on, I put some black bricks there, and if we put it all together, it will look as if we put it all together, there we go. Now that it's all together, it looks like it's floating just a little bit above the floor. Even though the floor is supposed to be darkness, it just kind of sells the illusion slightly more. Back to the walls. At this point, I'm going to start adding in some of these bricks and little patterns, because there is a ring of random shapes that go all the way around GOLB's head. Alright, these don't look half bad. I think I'm going to have a second layer of more sparse ones that appear on the top, and then we're just going to build it up the rest of the way, and that'll be good. We are so close. Unfortunately, this is where I keep my black bricks, and they are all gone except for like the weird ones at different angles or curves. So I'm gonna have to use the regular 1x-something bricks. All right, that's pretty good. If you're wondering, what am I gonna do about these borders? Will I replace them? Yes, eventually. But since I don't have any more black bricks, I'm not going to replace them now, and they're just, you know, put in place structures. Maybe in the future I'll have nice tiled off little masonry bricks that go and have different sections and it looks all nice and pretty, but not right now. Right now, it's time to make Simon. Okay, making Simon. Simon looks like this. He's got a suit, he's got glasses, and he's got medium-length hair. That's Simon. Luckily, I have this very old Flitwick figure, and he's got a nice black jacket with a vest and a bow tie. Is the bow tie the right color? Not exactly, but I think overall it works. We're gonna give that some nice black pants. Notice I took off the hands because Simon is a slightly darker skin tone. For his hair, I've got this piece right here. Unfortunately, it does not have the white strand on it. I could always paint it on, but you're not going to be seeing him from the front anyways. Now, I'm in a little short supply of medium skin tones, so he doesn't have the perfect glasses, but I think he's got some pretty good facial expressions for coming face to face with GOLB Betty. Okay, don't judge me. We all knew that it was wrong without the streak of gray, so now there it is. Alright, time to put my Simon in there. And this isn't technically a crown, but it looks like it matches better than any other Lego piece. So there we go, we got a little crown. And with the top on, it's still too dark, isn't it? I have a couple solutions, hold on. So I had this grouping of white LEDs from my scrap box. That's where the name comes from. I believe it's from a flashlight originally. I soldered some wires onto the end of it. No, I will not show you the back because I'm bad at soldering. And I'm going to wire this through the back and connect it to 3 volts. If you can see below the train tracks, I've removed Betty's head for now so I can fit it out a hole in the back. It's going to come back here. Eventually I'll hook it up to a USB. I just didn't want to waste a whole USB cord on one single light. It actually takes 4 volts to run, which is going to be a problem, but I got this out for now, so lights are on. I also have this Lego piece, which I'm hoping is orange enough to cast an orange glow on everything. Now that looks cool. I'm going to put the roof back on, and then I'm going to call it complete. And there we go. That looks amazing. You know, sometimes you just gotta sit back and be proud of yourself, and this is one of those times. Alright, make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Have a good one, hit the bell, all that fun stuff. Don't make any sacrifices to GOLB. See you next time, bye.